Welcome to the All In Alliance Poker Podcast, Season 4, Episode 4. I'm Lee McDonald Jr.
Chris, the House Woodmansey.
King, Marty and Andi.
Andy, Mr. Ball, Andy Lantickner.
And joining us tonight is a very special guest, Mr. Jeremiah the Kid. How you doing, bud?
Woo, the kid.
I'm good, thank you.
Thank you for taking some time coming on with us. We appreciate you. The legend has made it. The man, the kid, the legend. Thank you for joining, bud.
If you say legend twice, he's got to be extra legendary.
He is extra legendary already. He is basically claimed first place in the league in his first season. So, I mean, I know it's not his very first season, but you've been dominant, kid, and we all appreciate it.
And to be honest with you, I mean, who do you have to attribute that to? I mean, our former co-host, podcast host, your mom, right, Marcia?
A little bit of it goes to her for sure.
No, just a little.
Exactly.
Huh? Just a little, huh? How's your mom doing?
Yeah, she's good. She's having fun. She's on a little trip, so.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Why don't we go ahead and dive right into what happened last week?
Okay, the slowest, fastest 3 minutes in poker. Okay, here's how everyone finished. So, last to first. Tina, Marty, yeah, King Marty, not so much King anymore, like maybe Gesture. Nate, Tanya, Chris, the Not House Woodmansey, Peyton, Lee, Lee, Gabe, Chris Saunders, Andy Land, Michael, Mr. Relevant, Heath, the Kid, our host, our guest, Noe, Sue, Dan. Number one overall, Dan. And then we've got some extra points floating around here. So let's see. Peyton got a 7-2 point. Jeremiah got a 7-2 point. Noe survived the night, got an extra point. Sue, Nami survived the point, or was a survival, got a point. Dan got all the points. He's got a 7-2. I know, right? He got a 7-2. He took Tina out. He had who had the bounty. He had a top 5, which was Tina. Then he also had his own bounty. Then he took Nate out. Then he took another top 5. Oh, that was Nate. And then Lee. And then who had a bounty? Top 5. Michael, high hand, and survived his own bounty, which was his birthday bounty, if I'm not mistaken. So, from my understanding, he has 12 points on bonus points. Yeah. Jeremiah did get a 7-2. Peyton got a 7-2. Michael took out Chris Woodmansey, who was top 5. Give him 2 points. Andy Land took out Peyton and B for 2 points, which I wrote that down. Can't read Chris's chicken scratch. I don't know. And then, Dan took out Tina and B, top 5. I have it all written everywhere. Gabe took out Tanya, Chris, and Chris, I'm assuming Saunders, which is bounty for 3. How are our current standings? Jeremiah, our guest, and the kid is number 1 overall. Congratulations, the kid.
With how many?
Chris, the house? I don't know because they didn't write that down.
Oh, we got it on the phone.
Okay, well, that's all I got. I mean, so I gotta read them down. Jeremiah, Chris, Dan, Chris Saunders, Andy Land is the cut. Nate, Lee, Tina, Mr. Relevant, No Way, Gabriel, who hosted our charity event with his beautiful wife, Summer, Peyton, Lee's son, B-Man, Tsunami, Tanya, Marty, and Heath. Those are our standings in the slowest 3 minutes of poker. And no, I'm not going to read off it again for our points.
No, you did a good job. Thank you very much. All right. So what's everybody's takeaway from last week?
I don't know. All right. So my takeaway from last week is that this has been a tough season for me. I changed up my style of play a little bit. I was being ultra aggressive and just kind of playing things that I wouldn't normally play. And it just kind of, I haven't gotten cards in the last 3 weeks, or the last 2 weeks in the league. On Thursday, things changed a little bit at the tournament. I started getting some decent cards in the tournament. Obviously it didn't last. I made 4th place, but for the charity event, but we'll talk about that here in a little bit. So that's my takeaway is no matter how I play, it just, it's kind of hard to read when you're not getting any cards. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to make that adjustment when you're not getting any cards.
Okay. So I think you and I have been at the same table for the last 2 to 3 weeks, not including the charity event. And it's been like low cards or like, if we have suited, It's nothing on the table. Absolutely. 100%.
It's just been, it's just been different. Let me put it that way.
Yeah.
It's been, because like I said, I play every style of card. Not all the time, but I play every style of card. In my mind, there's always I kind of play with gut every once in a while. Every once in a while, there's a moment where I feel like a 2-4, suited. It just feels great in my mind. You know what I'm saying? So it really all depends on chip stack. It really all depends. I usually play a little different, like I said. So even with the low cards, nothing was pairing for me. I never had a stack to where I feel comfortable enough just bluffing all the way through. But I had to play a little bit mindful, and it just didn't matter. But the 3 hands I did play last week or whatever, I mean, I ended up, losing everything. So blinding in, playing 6 hands total, I'm out. But after playing 2 monster hands, calling all in. So
Yeah, they were monsters already.
yeah, it's a little different.
Yeah. I thought you were going to say just had that feeling on a 5-3 hand like you did that one other time.
No, I know that's a monster hand. That's why I say that every fucking time.
That's quite a
okay.
monster, no shit.
Like,
So I'm going to challenge you on your monster hands going into this week. So, like the big ol' like Hulk hands that like hold a beer.
yeah.
Oh my God.
Maybe that should be your new card topper. It's just an actual monster hand.
That's
Yeah.
not bad, actually.
I'm not going to be there.
Oh, that's right. You're out of town.
I hope Jesse fucks up all y'all's chances to make the final table.
He could.
Okay, if you were like walking in, I mean, tell me that wouldn't be the monster hand you're holding. Is like the Hulk hand that holds a beer. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No,
by the way,
thank you.
if you explain the jokes, they're not jokes. Just so you know.
Actually, it's not a joke. It actually wasn't a joke. It was an honest statement. I mean, damn. At this point, somebody. I mean, I need a giant card holder so people can't tell that I actually have cards because they was getting me anyway. So.
What was your takeaway last week, Chris?
I mean, other than I had a bad bluff happen against me with Dan.
Oh my God, which ruined everybody's thanks, Chris.
So, I mean, I blame the porcelain corner, only because I voted out first, and that vote just weighed heavily on my mind.
Oh my God.
And I had to make the call, or did I make the call?
I think you have the most votes for out first, though, don't you?
Yeah, but I mean, I didn't want to prove them right, so that's why I folded. And at the end of the day,
Well, my question is, don't blame the corner. Blame all your friends that are picking against you. What do you mean?
my friends.
How is that my fault?
Actually, more so, you kind of did it to yourself going into this week.
Yeah.
Don't hate the game, hate the players.
I wasn't the first one out. At the end of the day, I wasn't the first one out. So
That is true.
Right.
We'll talk about that in a little bit.
Right. So why are you so salty about it?
I mean, because if I would have called,
He just wants somebody to blame, that's all, for his shitty plan.
if I would have called Dan, I would have got Dan out, and Dan would never have done what he did.
I know he went on a turn. It pretty much.
So actually, we should blame you for a shitty week last week.
I do blame him. Hell yeah.
That's where he gained all the momentum was right after.
You know what? If y'all are blaming me because Dan took over, you know what? I did my job, so fuck y'all.
I blame you.
Yeah,
You keep pivoting to his stack. That's what you did.
The whole night, the whole standing, the whole season would be different if not for you.
Yeah.
No, I mean, so 2 weeks ago, right, when Chris pulled his bullshit move, right, Dan,
You knew that was
right, and so no, okay, listen, so right, my takeaway from last 2 weeks ago, I said, don't listen to what everybody else is saying, right? Had I listened to my gut, Dan wouldn't have blocked me out, and the night may have gone differently. So I understand where Chris is coming from, but I'm not going to support you, Chris. Sorry.
Okay. I understand what Chris is saying, but no, I'm not going to listen.
You just said, fuck you, Chris.
No, that's not what I said. I just said,
Oh, I know. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Lee, what was your takeaway?
All right. So Thursday, I sat next to Dan the whole night. One of the most amazing things, which is also the most dickiest moves in the history of poker that I've ever seen, is yes, he did. That was one of them. That was one of the dickiest moves because he fucking flopped a straight on me. He flopped Broadway when I had ace queen and I had top pair, top kicker. But the dickiest move.
so Lee, I'm sorry. Remind those of us that are not that. What is Broadway?
It's straight to the ace. So he had ace king, which is called big slick. And then I had ace queen.
That's what I knew it as. Okay.
And then the flop comes 10 jack queen. So it fucked me because I think I got top pair. He's got the straight and he's got me shut out. So that was not necessarily the dickiest move, But the dickiest move that he pulled off, and Tina's on this call. She's our guest listening on the live feed. So, and she knows exactly where I'm going to go. Dan loves to bet the 7 deuce.
He laid a monster on you.
He did. It was definitely a monster. And we're not talking about his dick, but he played a dick move. But he
I didn't
plays,
say that.
he loves to play the 7 deuce. So Tina took a few bad beats from Dan earlier in the night, and she got down the low stacks. I think she was all in with around 50K. And Tina, I'm sorry we're having to relive this, but we got to, because it's probably the worst thing that's ever happened in poker. So she goes all in. Guess what she's got? Pocket aces, the dream cards. What do you want to go all in? So everyone else folds.
This hand was stupid.
And Dan's last to act. And he's like, oh my fucking God, I can't believe it. If I call with this hand, this will be the dirtiest move in poker. Well, it just so happens in our league, you get a point for every 7 deuce hand you play. Well, he happened to have 7 deuce.
If you have it in your hand,
If you have
not
it in
on the
your hand.
board.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So he calls. He turns over 7 deuce, and he says, if I hit on this hand, it'll be so nasty. So the flop comes 7, 7, 7. He flopped quad
7.
deuce. And you know, I kind of messed up the story. He actually didn't. She didn't go all in until after the flop was revealed. So she
It doesn't matter. Like, it's still a fucking dirty
jammed.
hand.
Right. It is
She
the worst
jammed.
thing that could have happened because she raised pre-flop and he calls with 7 deuce. When he called, he said this would be the nastiest call ever. And then as soon as the 7, 7, 7s came, he just burst out in laughter. I mean, it was insane how, and I happened to sit next to him and
And he has this like weird, like Chucky, like chuckle laugh.
You're right, he does. So he shows me his hand pre-flop. And so when the flop comes in, he just busts out laughing. I did not want to give it away, so I just stood there stone cold. But it's almost like it was
Steve
reversed.
Austin.
It's like he should have played how I did, how my face was, which was stone cold. And he just burst out laughing. And him and Nathan were just like 2 hyenas just laughing at poor Tina, who was the lioness struggling
I
for
don't
her
think they
life.
were laughing at her. I mean, it was just like
well,
happenstance, right? Like, who
they were
is
laughing
flop
at the situation.
7, like quad 7s?
Right, which is, I mean, it was literally the nastiest thing.
Nobody
I've ever seen.
plays 7-2 except for in our league, right? And then it's
it's kind of like a
on quad 7s. I think that's what it was. It's the worst hand in poker, apparently.
It's the worst hand. But they call it when you play stupid hands like that. It's called bingo. So he was definitely playing bingo, and he hit bingo on that. Definitely.
She went all in first.
Yeah, with pocket aces.
And I think what's even worse is her husband was in on the hand too. Chris Saunders, or as we like to call him, Sanders now. Chris Sanders was in the hand, and he had pocket 6s. He thought he was good, but when Dan turned over the 7 deuce, and they had a full house, of course, so they had both pocket pairs. So 7s over aces and 7s over 6s, and then Dan turns over the 7. So he wins a humongous pot with that. So not only did Chris fuck the night up by not calling his bluff, which happened to be a 7 deuce as well. Because again, we like to say that Dan plays a lot of 7 deuce hands. He bluffed Chris with the 7 deuce, which could have eliminated him because Chris had a pair of queens on the flop, but didn't happen. He bluffed out of it. So then that gave us the 7 deuce later, where Dan had flopped quads with 7 deuce. So had Chris
and got a straight against Lee, and that took out Lee.
Oh, thank you, Chris. I appreciate it.
Dan never took me out.
Wait a minute. Where did that end up? I was in 6. I was in 6 and you were in 10th?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was in 6 and you were in 10th. Yeah, I thought this
But Dan never took me out.
And the same thing happened on Friday night, too.
Wait,
We were out
wait.
almost first, and I was in first.
Hey,
Are you in the cut?
Everybody calm down. Everybody calm
Hey,
down.
Jeremiah, what was your takeaway from him? Christ.
Oh, I mean, so basically, it was good. I showed up pretty late, though, because I had to get this sub for Sue.
Oh,
And,
that's right. Yeah, were you his ride?
yeah, I had to pick him up in Plano, so I was like far.
Oh, fun.
And,
That's
and I
right. You
got
guys
there-
showed up like barely on time.
Yeah, Jeremiah, the next time you, like, I mean, those of us that live in random, we all live across the DFW Metroplex, like, just ask us so you don't have to drive that far.
yeah, but
People love to pick you up.
I pick up
Not
everybody.
one events.
So anyway, so your friend, what's his name again?
Itika.
Ithaca, yeah.
It's like Ithaca without the H.
Exactly. So Ithaca and yourself both came in. He was subbing for Sue, was it?
Yeah, for Sue. We sit on opposite tables. First hand I pick up of the night, like, I think it was Tina or something. She's saying, like, this table's crazy. Like, they'll call with anything. Like it's getting big raises and stuff, whatever. I got 7 deuce first hand, and then I just, like, made some crazy stupid bet pre-flop, and it just got through.
To be honest with you, kid, you got a good reputation of being an extremely good player, aggressive player.
Yeah.
You bet that. I had no doubt everybody was going to fold, but I didn't know you had the 7 deuce until you revealed it. So it was pretty awesome.
Jeremiah, you were saying that you and Ithaca were at different tables. You're at the same table.
No, they were different. Jeremiah moved later.
Yeah, I moved later.
Yeah.
But that table was all right.
Yeah, so by the way, just so everybody knows, I had a seat swap, and I moved Chris Saunders away from our table over to that other table, and just so that everybody that was in the top 5 was at the same table, and to make sure that Tina and Chris got at the same table, because I talked about it the week prior. So, and it worked out. It worked out.
And mind you, like, per request of the last podcast, I did write down who was where.
Overall, it was good. I mean, Chris, like, not Chris Saunders, the other one. I forget his last name, but
Woodman's.
Everybody does. It's not
Chris, go fuck himself.
yeah, he was bleeding chips the whole tournament. Like, I don't know, it wasn't really on his A game.
Oh, man. Wow.
I've seen a lot better from him, but I guess he was just on tilt.
Oh, damn.
I'm not gonna lie. After that bluff towards Dan, I was fucking livid.
Hey, don't worry, Jay. He did a lot better on Saturday at the charity event.
Yeah, he did.
Except for explaining it going into it, but you know.
Yeah, he had a lot of monster hands, but there's also some controversy, which we'll get into here in a second. I got a beef with Chris, but yeah, we'll talk about that. So Thursday night, one more thing I wanted to ask the kid is when you and Ithaca went heads up, I mean, were you guys kind of targeting each other?
No, so, I mean, I kind of wanted to stay out of pots with him because I feel like I always get the better end of him, like, all the time. Like, I always win against him. But there was this one hand. It was, I forget who was to the right of me. He's, like, bald, like, really tight player, but he's like, pretty good.
B.
Yeah, he was right next to me. I had bottom pair, and I know it could just bluff so much. Like, it was just, like, bored. I think I had a flush draw, but I checked. Usually I don't really check when I have a flush draw, but I checked the turn or the flop and the turn, and then Ithaca fires out, and I have bottom pair, but I missed my flush draw by the river, and I was so close to calling him. But if I would have called him there, like, he wouldn't have made the final table, and, like, I don't know.
Oh, wow. So you let him bluff you that time. We're not literally let him.
I know. It was like 50-50.
Oh, wow.
It was like 50-50, and it was like his first tournament. So, like, for him to go to the final table, like, he would have been happy and stuff. Like, so I was like, all right, whatever.
He did. He made the final table with you. You were there. I think you were in third. I think he was in fourth.
No, he got second. He got second.
Oh, he got second. Okay. He did better than
he did good.
So.
He did second for Sue, correct?
He did second for Sue.
Yeah.
Yeah, getting his starting stack too, by the way, because he didn't get any of the bonus chips. So
right.
He was bled down too with the blinds. Like, he came back good. Like, I'm surprised.
He came back really good.
He was a good player. You know a lot of good players. I mean, every time you bring somebody, it's like, God damn, they're so fucking tough. Yeah. So he finished second out. Tell us about the final table, because you and he were there, and y'all kind of ran the table. The only one that y'all didn't face much was Dan, because he was so fucking far ahead that he hardly played any hands after he took the big lead. And I think he got him. I think if the time limit was higher, I think you and Ithaca would have gotten him.
Yeah. I also, like, oh my God, I don't know. I think this dude was to the left of me, and Dan raised like super big pre-flop.
Oh, on your left. Michael.
Yeah. I ended up folding King 10 suited, like, kind of early position.
You told him that, yeah.
And flop came down King 7, and you already know Dan just fires out on every flop because he's running so good.
Man, you'd have had him there. I remember that hand. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, but the final table was fun.
Actually.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, folding King 10 suited.
Yeah, if the time hadn't run out, you and Ithaca would have definitely ran the house, and it would have been pretty fun to see you guys in the final two. Although Dan, I'm sure he's probably going to say, Lee, you're dead to me. How dare you not have any faith in me? But yeah, you and Ithaca did great that night. And, hopefully maybe at some point you can invite all your friends to come up and show us a thing or two, because apparently y'all know a lot more poker than we do, or at least have a lot more balls than we do.
Some of my friends run like multiple tables online and like just grind. So
yeah, they do the grinders.
Yeah,
it'd be interesting to learn, how you learn poker, how young you were, leading into the probing of the child.
Oh God, don't say it like that. That's horrible.
He's over 18, so not really a child, but he's a child to us.
Well, he's old enough. He's the kid. He'll always be the kid. I remember the first thing he ever did was when he got invited to Marty's a cash game. He fucking bluffed the shit out of Chris Evans.
I didn't know the kid. That's the first time playing against him.
Oh, don't blame it on that. He bluffed your ass.
No, I just knew, like, I just smelled the weakness.
I didn't even know.
Smells the weakness.
I didn't even know him. I got him right back a couple days.
It's a good segue. So it's time for Request to wake up.
For Christ's sake.
I mean, I can ask her a quiz question. Jeremiah, how young were you when you started playing poker?
So I would say around like 2 years ago, like I was at this, maybe not even, actually 2 years ago, like a year and a half, 2 years ago. This one summer, like one of my like really good friends, Ashton, and like another one of like my best friends, Luke, like we went to this lake house with my dad and like his friend. And like growing up, like I always saw my dad, like I've seen him play like poker like with his friends and stuff and with my uncles, but I never like wanted to learn or like anything like that. But that day, for some reason, like it was a poker set and my dad taught me like the stuff. Like I had like my phone up with like the charts of like the hands, like the hand rankings. And literally my first hand I think I've ever been dealt, like I hit a straight flush.
No way, really?
Yeah, and like after that, like we weren't playing for money, we were just playing for fun, but like I'm pretty competitive, like I don't know, just like taking people's chips was like so fun. But after that, like
you fucking take their souls, kid. I mean, you got it. You fucking did it.
That's like go tomorrow. And let me make a hole in one this one.
Hey, Jeremiah, welcome to the probing. All right, so now since Andy already asked how poker started for you, now we're going to ask you another deep question. In your mind, who's the better poker player, your dad or Marcia?
Oh, they really like.
You can't say both. You can't say both. Give me one.
No, I'll give you one, but I want to give you like my like perspective on each one.
Okay.
Like, so my dad, I think he's I don't know. I think he understands the game, like definitely, but like so many.
We play with Marcia and we play with your dad.
Yeah, so many like. I don't know. Personally, I don't think either of them are good players at all. Like,
I think,
wow.
wow.
Personally, you really believe that? Didn't you say your dad taught you how to play?
He taught me, but I surpassed him in every like category of poker. Like,
Wow.
So you're saying you're better than Jeremiah, your senior, and your Marcia?
I fucking love that answer.
I was just saying, Jeremiah, I love that response. I love that response.
Yeah, I don't know. My mom, like, she's a little, I don't even know with my mom. She's definitely a tighter player, maybe, but she chases a lot of like she'll chase like gut shot, like draws for like just not the right price at all. Like, she bleeds so many chips doing that. Like, especially if she's had like some drinks, she thinks she's gonna go runner. Like, I don't know. She loses a lot of chips that way.
Okay.
Once you're able to drink, do you think you're not going to drink when you gamble?
Oh no, like
What does that mean?
I've definitely played poker under the influence. Like it's not a good idea. If I had to pick who's the better player, I think this is honestly one of like the hardest questions I've like ever been asked. But I think I'd have to go with my dad. Like honestly.
Oh, okay. Even though your mom's background is
we're gonna tell her.
No, we're
You
not.
can tell her. You can tell her.
But your mom's tell us about your mom's background in poker.
Oh, she's on live right now. She's on live from where she's at.
I just texted Marcia saying, "Hey, Jeremiah, I think you suck poker."
I should send her an invite though.
But no, I think she understands for sure. She helps me sometimes. She helps me because I'll get, or I don't even know.
All right, so that's really good to know. It's really good to know that you think your dad is better than your mom. So boys rule. right? Of course. So now,
Yeah.
what is your favorite hand and why?
Okay, so I've had many favorite.
What is your
hands, like-
favorite hand to play and why? Or what is
Okay,
your
so-
1-2 go-to hand?
Well, like recently it's changed a little bit, but
It changes.
it definitely changes. At one point, my favorite hand was Jack 8, like suited offsuit. My favorite, like I would 4-bet with that hand. That was my favorite hand. Like I would do some
Wow.
crazy outline stuff.
That is some
But-
fucked up shit. I love it.
But now it's got to be 9-7 of diamonds.
What?
Favorite.
No way.
I thought 9-4.
But they're suited.
Oh yeah, 9-4. Like that hand isn't necessarily my favorite, but like it's just like a funny hand. Like with my friends, little like joke with that hand.
But 9-7, why 9-7?
So like actually, it started to become my favorite hand like the beginning of the season. I like started playing it. I don't know why. Like I would just play these like suited connectors, whatever. And I took out Gabe, I think, with like a flush. And it was like, I don't know, it was pretty funny. And I remembered that hand. And then I was able to like, I was able to like gamble. And I've won my biggest pot like live, like playing live, like cash game 1-2 with that hand.
When was that?
It was at TCH. It was like it was probably over $1,000 pot.
Fuck. So tell us about your experience at TCH.
Oh man, it's just dangerous. Like lost too much money there.
So even though you won $1,000 pot, you lost money?
I'm stuck big time there. Like
Oh, fuck.
yeah, it's
So-
just people like it's people who like I want to be like. They literally just play poker and just grind.
Well, we're trying to start a card house in Denton. So we'll make you our kind of like our poker pro
Mascot.
or go-to. Yeah.
Yeah, these people are just like sharks, and they just
On a different level. I gotcha.
No, I think also the reason why definitely a reason why I bleed a lot of chips is because I'm scared, like money. I think the stakes are a little too big, especially 500 cap. Like I can't compete. There's hands that I should be calling, but I just end up folding pre-flop or whatever, just because they get crazy aggressive.
Yeah, they mostly play premium hands there. And so if you got a pair, you're pretty good. So guys like
Oh
that.
my god! And my run bet has been crazy. Like there was one night there, like I had pocket kings probably 10 times, lost every time. I
Yeah.
stacked my last hand. I had a set and he went runner straight, like with some crazy, like he should never be calling this 3-bet. He had like, I want to say 3-6 suited or something. Like the action is crazy, but like, I don't know. It's just,
But they were suited.
yeah.
They were suited. So, Jeremiah, now we got to know who the better player in your family hold, being your mom and dad. It's your dad. And then we got your favorite hand, 9-7 diamonds. Now, which poker player do you admire the most?
Ooh, this is, so like when I would run like the home games with like my friends, we'd play 51, like $80 buy-in, or we'd even be in for like 120 occasionally. And I would play so reckless, like, and I was watching a lot of like, Hustler Live Casino, like I'm assuming you definitely know.
No.
It's just like super high stakes, like they have like $1 million games there. But there's this dude
I
named
know.
Alan.
Every time, like literally the last like 10 minutes, I'm like, you're saying so many words that I don't understand. Like, when it comes to poker terms. No. I mean, you don't need to explain to me. I'm just like, smell, nod, pretend like you're pretty. Yep. Hi. You're like 20 years younger than me. And I'm like, I still don't know what the F you're talking about.
So you talk about the
But
pros.
no.
Your favorite pro plays in the Hustler?
Nah, I wouldn't even say, I don't even think he's a pro, but he's just like crazy action. Like his name is Alan Keating. Like, have you ever heard of him or no?
Oh, yeah. Alan Keating is a pro.
He is a pro?
Yes, he is.
I mean, I don't know. He doesn't really seem like it, the things that he does, but he is
Wait,
Like-
what do you like about him?
just crazy action. Like that's the way he plays at Hustler is like the way I would play with my friends, and like it would work so much. Like looking back, I don't play like, and y'all know how I play. I definitely play a lot tighter now, but I used to be crazy, like bluffing, playing random cards, like. But
Now you only play like actual hands.
yeah, I mean, sometimes, depending on position, whatever, like I'll get out of line, there's so many
Oh my
different.
God, I'm like trying to restrain myself so much. I'm like,
With poker, there's actually like
nope,
there's
that's
so much to learn.
There is.
Yep.
I got one quick question before Chris asks his questions. What do you get more of a rush out of? Do you prefer bluffing people out of pots, even though if they're not big pots, or would you rather win like a really big monster pot?
Ooh, this is a very good question because I used to love bluffing like so much. Like I used to get them through a lot too, but I don't know.
Do you like to show your bluff?
Yeah, definitely. Especially if it's like a nasty bluff, then I would for sure show it.
what's a monster bluff for you?
I
Maybe
would
that
say,
one
like,
time you bluffed Chris out of trip sevens.
yes, if someone has or if someone shows like what they fold, and they actually have like kind of not necessarily a monster, like no one's folding a monster, but like
That's not true. I do.
yeah, like on the board, like one time it was a paired board, and I got my friend to fold like a queen high flush, and I actually had nothing, like not even a pair.
Wow.
Wow.
That's
Dirty. That is.
He's just like scared money. It was like we were playing a bigger game, and he's not released to that, but
Yeah.
that was pretty good. Now winning a big pot is definitely better in my opinion. Winning a better pot, yeah.
So Marty or Chris or Lee, obviously, who do you think is the biggest monster like bluff you've experienced? Either by you or been bluffed out.
Mine is still going to be that carry hand where he played into the nonsense, and I'm not going to get into it, but that hand still haunts me to this day. So
It doesn't have to be, I guess, like the biggest, monster or whatever, but like, yeah, I guess what haunts you, right? So
Like I know what hand haunts me the most, Mr. 5'3".
yeah, shoot it. Haters
All right.
hate.
The monster of monsters.
Dan did. Gotta be the one Dan did last week.
Is it really?
Wow.
Damn.
That tilted me, man. I'm not gonna lie.
Wow. All right. So
me?
Chris
Dan
Delaney.
2 weeks ago.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I think Andy, that's probably going to be the monster of monsters right there. That was
Actually,
pretty.
I'm gonna speak for Michael Button.
Yep. Or Debbie.
No,
I know. We just
not-
made
not-
fun of him.
yeah, Michael Button, when he thought he had the flush.
Oh,
on me.
yeah. Diamonds instead of hearts, or hearts
You know
instead
what?
of
Yeah, so
I'm going to speak for Rocky Balboa on this next one when I say that. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead, Chris.
I know Tina's worst hand ever is when she took that beat with the
monster
with the quad
hand.
sevens. Yeah, that was fucked up. That's probably the
Yeah.
biggest fuck up of the century. But so anyway, back to the Chris probes. And Chris, I'm glad you're probing too. It's been a while since you probed, so thank you for probing.
yeah,
All right, so Jeremiah, last week, there at the table, I don't have who you sat with, but if you can remember who you sat with,
oh God, I have it.
this podcast, who was the weakest link?
Oh,
You sat down and you looked at the table, and I know you're analyzing every player and what how they play poker. In your head, who did you say was the weakest person?
Oh, the worst player?
No, not the.
That's kind of what he's saying.
The weakest player.
Yeah, I mean, let's
Okay, so in case everybody's wondering, so table 1, Tina, Jeremiah, Chris Saunders, Lee, Dan, Nate, Michael, Chris, the house, Jesse, and then table 2 is Andy B, Peyton, Gabe, Stu, Noe, Tanya, and Marty.
Who is Nate?
Nate, he was the one that sat to Dan's left.
The white.
I'm trying to remember who that is. I don't remember what he looks like.
Skinny white boy with the big hat.
He was at the first table that you sat down with. He was in the middle.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. I know. At the table, who do I think is the worst?
I guess so. I guess that's
Well, it's gotta be. You're just trying to sugarcoat it. Like honestly,
Yes, he is.
Who?
You.
Okay.
Yes, worst player at that time.
Right.
No, when you sat down at the table or you came in late, when you analyze the people, who was the weakest person at the table?
Who did you think you could absolutely dominate at that moment? Yep. Same shit, bro. Same shit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is kind of a hard question because so like everyone kind of has their
And I'm just saying,
Oh my-
everyone listens to this podcast, so go ahead.
yeah. I'm completely fine with saying. I'm gonna be completely honest here.
Say it. Then.
I'm
Say it.
I'm trying to think. It might even be you. Hold on. Oh, this is so hard. Okay. So I think Chris Saunders is a decent player. I think Tina's a pretty decent player. I think she gets really lucky a lot times though.
Oh,
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Ooh,
I was like, is that me or him digitizing?
I would say this dude, the dude named Nate. I like him. Like he's a funny dude, but does some very questionable things. It's got to be either Chris Wander, whatever your last name is.
Chris Wander, I love it. Chris Wander.
Chris Woodman.
No, Woodlansey.
Woodlandsey.
No, actually, you're a decent player. It's got to be Nate.
Really, Nate?
Yeah.
I didn't never guess that.
Nate?
I think
Nate.
Guys, look at everybody that's at the table. I mean,
Nate. No, he did get out with. He went all in with 2 pairs, 4s over 2s, and 2s were already on the board. So Dan gave him a little shit for that.
I don't want to say Dan because he's been playing poker for a while, but I've only played with him.
We're not doing our porcelain corner yet, right?
Well, kind of. That is kind of a porcelain corner answer, but Dan has been playing a long time, and I know game recognized game, so I appreciate that you call out Dan specifically as a good player.
So you think Nate's the worst player in the league? No. Who's the
best player?
No. Remember,
The best player?
who do you think was the league
player in the league?
The toughest, I think the best player for sure, like, no questions asked, got to be Lee. Like,
Oh, whoa, wait, whoa. Wait a minute.
How much did he pay you to say
Yeah, right. How much did Lee give you?
Oh,
Did he give you a ride?
No, seriously.
Did he offer you a ride?
no, seriously, like, he's
whatever
just,
he's paying, I'll double it.
like, I kind of have to think.
He only read me and his wife.
Oh, God.
I definitely have to think playing with Lee a lot harder than normal because, like, he showed me his cards when I busted or whatever, and, like, I've seen him make crazy plays. Like, he's super capable, and, like, I don't know. He's, like when I first came, like, I always, like, kept my eye, like, on, like, Lee, I guess. He's, like, always, I mean, and, like, the stats kind of show, like, he always is up there.
Damn. Thank you, kid. Hey, you know what? Coming from you, that means a lot. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Dear Playboy.
Well, you got yourself a little minor.
Okay.
Thank you, Jeremiah, for coming to the Pro. Congratulations for being in the top first place. So keep it up.
Good job.
Thank you.
All right. So this weekend we had our first ever hosted by AIA, our charity tournament that took place. As far as the tournament itself, very successful. We had pretty big payout and a lot of money donated to charity. So Summer is the one that suggested that we do it. She's with an organization that is.
And then Roundup Club is just an organization for youth and adults to basically ride horses competitively, like jumping over barrels, jumping over like beams, or roping up hogs while riding horses. Just basically like that, and just doing competitions and giving out trophies. And it's $60 a month that they pay, which is, I think, in my opinion, is very cheap for this day and age. But they said that they've been having that price for over 30 years, and they don't seem to change it. So, but yeah, it's a fun organization for people who love horses. So just to ride horses and compete, train their horses, stuff like that, look pretty. But yeah, they needed some money for charity for trophies, and AIA put together a poker tournament and went very well. We raised over $1,175 or $50, $1,150. We paid out $375 for first, $225 for second, and $150 for third.
So very successful. And Marty was very, very gracious and nice. Him and his wife were nice enough to allow us to host it at his house. And
So I don't really need kudos in terms of setting up the tournament, right? It's always a different feel whenever you don't have an exact number. So we set up 4 tables just in case there were some side games that you could kind of donate some money to win and help that out as well. Chris and team made some food, brought some food over. So it was all you can eat, all you can drink, for $20 in donation. Half it went, or I think majority of that, all that went into donation. So, and then it was $60 buy-in. Everybody started out with $30,000 in chips. And it kind of just, like I said, the biggest issue I think of the night was a controversial moment where like Chris is hosting this tournament. He's a TD. And, when we came to him for answers, he had no answers for nobody. So I asked the dog what we thought we should do. I went to the Magic 8-Ball for questions and answers. We got that. At one point in time, I think I fucking pulled a fortune cookie just to get a fucking answer. So I'm just kidding. Chris had a lot going on with the food and stuff like that. The biggest controversial moment that Lee was talking about was that we did not draw for seats. So, and I think, was that the moment?
Y'all always bitched about that, drawing for seats. And then the one time I said, we're not drawing for seats.
And you clearly see why there was some pity party action going on. I didn't know what was happening with who, and we did not draw for seats. So it made for a chaotic kind of start to this thing. And it ended up being okay for most. I think the only person that had a comment on it and really got the best of them was Lee, right, Lee? So,
and me.
Yes, we basically, it wasn't the controversial for me. I think it was just kind of and Chris loves to say it, it's a demo, or what do you call it?
Beta test.
Beta test, yes. So it was kind of a beta test tournament. I'm sure we'll have a little bit more organized, but we did start out where we're going to do 2 tables, and then we went to 3.
You of a person always complaining, we have to draw seats. We have to draw seats.
That's how tournaments go, Chris. You got to draw seats, otherwise the shit that we had that night went on.
You of all people always complain about drawing seats.
Well, I agree that we could. I agree. If you're going to do one and be set with it and ready with it. If you're going to do the other, then be ready with that.
This wasn't an AIA tournament. This was like charity.
No, I'm sorry,
AIA tournament.
I agree with Lee because rolling in early, the rule was, hey, you could pick your seat, but pick these 2 specific tables. So those 2 specific.
Fill them up. Yes, we were trying to fill them up.
And Marty was nice enough to kind of merge over to our table, and he gave up his early seats.
No. Sorry, Lee. This is like before they changed the rules.
Right. Exactly.
So prior to that, like we had 2 full tables, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh no, we're going to fill these 2 tables first. And then it was literally Lee and I by ourselves. And so because of that, we were unable to potentially play. And so now we're like randomly like having to pluck people from other tables, even though the 2 tables were full ahead of time. I think that was the issue.
Yeah, me and Marty just got confused on that part, but it's supposed to be the back 2 tables what should have been filled first.
It was somewhat of an issue. And we it was a rocky start. I'll agree it was a rocky start, but we started playing. It was fine after that. That wasn't really the controversy that I was talking about.
My bad.
Chris knows about this controversy because he talked to me about it later.
I am confused. What are you talking about?
You know exactly what I'm talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, so the controversy comes from a certain hand that happened. So, Chris, I don't know if do you want me to go over that hand, or do you want to go over the hand yourself since you were involved in it?
What hand was it?
Oh, go over it. You know the hand. You know the hand I'm talking about.
No, I don't.
Okay, I'll
Did
go
it
over.
involve Ryan?
I don't think it did. I think it involved Bud, the guy that I referred. Just to go over the hand, we'll skip to the end.
That hand.
Yes, of course, that fucking hand.
I didn't do nothing wrong. I thought I had the
We're about to chime in.
Yeah,
So
I have the streak.
Chris come up to me after the tournament's done, or towards the end, and he says, "Tell me if this is wrong. The hand's over. There's 2 guys left in the pot, Chris and Bud. Bud, who's also from our Beaver League. Thank you for coming, Bud. Thank you for being my referral. The hand's over. Chris doesn't show his hand, but he says, I got it straight.
No, I flopped my cards over. I had.
Oh, you said you didn't flop your cards over.
I did. I asked Ryan. I flopped. Dan looked. Bud looked at my hand, and then Noe looked at my hand, and Ryan looked at my hand. They all looked at my hand and the table. Bud said, "Oh yeah, you do."
No, but you didn't flip it, did you?
Yes, I said, Andy. I said yes, I did. I said yes, I did.
That's not
over.
what you told me the other night. You said
no, but you just said, "Hey, Ryan looked at my hand." You didn't say you flopped your hand. You're showing it to other people.
The bottle's coming down, but it's okay. But I did flip my hand over, and then Ryan and Bud looked at my hand. Oh, wow.
Well,
All right. Well, let me try to go over what I was told that night. So Chris comes up to me. He says, "Hey, bud, is this wrong or is this against the rules?" He says the hand was over, and I told Bud, "Hey, I've got the straight. You know how I'm just fucking around. I'm just fucking around." I'm like, "Oh, no, I got the straight." Well, Bud at that point mucks his hand.
Wait, after he looked at my hand,
That's not what you said to me the other night.
exactly.
No, that's not what you said, but I'm just going to finish what I said. When Chris said, "I got the straight," but didn't show his hand, this is what he told me. He said, "Is it wrong? Did I do something wrong?" I said, "Fucking yes, you did something wrong. That's not legal. It's against the rules." If that happened, now, Chris, if you're changing your story, if you're saying
I'm not changing my story. That's exactly what happened. Ask Ryan.
All right, so I'm just hallucinating that. I'm just making all that up then.
Ask Ryan. We can add Ryan to this call.
Do you guys want me to read the text I got from Ryan?
All right.
Does everybody online want me to read this text?
I want you to read the text.
Because Chris is saying, ask Ryan, and Ryan said he honestly tried to cheat a hand. Luckily, I caught it, and he said, "Oh shit, my bad. I thought I had it straight."
Okay, Chris.
You see, no, Lee, listen to the context. He said he caught it. He saw my hand. My hand was up.
Yeah,
My hand was up. Right, Lee? Thank you.
Oh my fucking God. You're gonna justify that shit, Chris?
I thought I had the straight. People look at Michael. He thought he had the flesh, but it was a different suit.
So in other words,
But he actually showed it.
So here's where we're at from Saturday, right? Just so everybody's aware. We had 3 winners for the night, which was another interesting, it ended up being kind of interesting closeout. And I understand why. It made everybody kind of think twice about the person involved in this next situation. So we got down to the bottom 5. Tina gets knocked out. It was Tina, Jesse, Noe, myself, and Peyton. And so we get down to top 5. Tina gets knocked out. And then we were trying to figure out, we were talking about splitting all of it between us 5 and then going our separate ways. And we're all winners. It's for charity and whatever. And so at that time, Peyton was pretty much the chip leader, right? He had a big stack in front of him and stuff. And so he said no. So it was okay. Everybody was fine with that. No big deal. Then Tina gets knocked out and we bring it up again. "Hey, you want to pay up top 4? He said no again. So then I go into a hand my favorite hand, by the way, which is 9-10. I had trips and he pulled I can't remember what he pulled, but he beat me with either flush or straight on the river and beat me out, which is okay. It's no big deal. But after that, we were, Noe was sitting there. Everybody's like, "All right, do you guys want to split it now?" And Jesse was like, "I'm ready to go. I'm good. I'm done. We can split it." And Noe said no. And so once Noe saw the way that Peyton was acting, and by the way, at the end of the game, we all know Peyton. Everybody's played with Peyton before. He genuinely is such a sweet and awesome kid. He's awesome. He's really fun and good going. I mean,
He's so quiet all the time.
Yeah, but this time he was doing it for a dad, right? I think at this moment, Dad had a tough night. Dad bought him in all the games and all the things and all the stuff. And he's like, "Man, I gotta win something back for Dad." That's what at the end of the night. That's kind of why he kept on going. He said no. He saw it, smelled a little bit of blood, and just broke him down play after play after play. And
So Noe's basically like a shark in the water at this point.
Jesse got knocked out, got 3rd, and then Noe just picked apart Peyton for the last of his chips, and then he ended up in 2nd place, which kind of sucks, but I get it. It's just that I'm not sure if that's exactly what frustrated Tina or just she's competitive, in that way. So, but we did ask a couple of times if y'all wanted to split it, and that's kind of how it ended up. So it was 1st Noe, 2nd Peyton, 3rd Jesse, 4th me, 5th Tina. So.
Oh man, so you went out 4th?
I went out 4th, yeah, on my favorite hand. Yeah, like I said. So I should have just passed on it because it wasn't a good look for me. I always play it anyway, but I was kind of sitting in a weird place with how much, we were sitting at, what was it? We were 180, 160, I think, at that point. So I was kind of close to the end anyways. I think Jesse and I were really neck and neck, and then he won a big hand, and then Peyton took him out, I think. I think it was Peyton, but.
At the end of the day, it was for charity.
Absolutely.
And I had a great time. And the food was amazing. And Summer was awesome, who is the one that pitched it to us on Thursday. It was for charity.
Yes.
Also, we lost Jeremiah. He was having some internet connection issues, and he might not be back. But anyway, we want to thank Jeremiah for joining us tonight.
Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely.
He was one of our best guests we've ever had. I was really I mean,
I agree.
and I was very interested in what he was saying and everything, so it was pretty awesome to have him.
So you're not interested in our other guests and what they have to say?
That's not what I said at all.
Well, let's get into the,
Stop putting me on the spot.
Corner. After this past week, so welcome to the Porcelain Corner, folks. This is a segment where we do a little shit talking and make people feel a little bit like shit, not intentionally. It's just the way things work out. And last week, it worked out in my favor. I told Tina before I picked Tina to go out first. That doesn't mean she's a loser. That just means that she went out first. And I think putting her at the table with not only Mr. Saunders, but everybody else that was at that table was already going to be a bloodbath anyways. So I sat back with my popcorn and watched, and Tina actually did go out first. So I got a point from last week, now tying with the guest and tying with Lee for best picks so far this season. So with that in mind,
should call that damn Dan.
Yep. So with that in mind, Jay, I'll text Jay for his picks here in a little bit. Andy, you go first for your picks this week. Who's going to win? And this is the last week, guys. This is the final week. So things could change and things are not always as they seem in terms of how they go to the game. So.
All right. So Dan is number one. Okay. Well, he's like riding the horseshoe up his butthole, as everybody says. So to win, I'm actually going to go with Noe.
All right.
No way.
I think he's going to finish in top 5.
Wow.
Yeah, I think he's going to knock out Chris Saunders, who don't think is going to be last. But Marty, who's your sub this week?
Jesse.
Wait a minute. Don't do what I do.
No? Okay, yeah. So I unfortunately think last place is going to be Tina.
Oh, 2 weeks in a row.
You think she's going to get knocked out first? Second week in a row?
First again.
Wow. That's bold. That's a bold move.
Right.
I know.
All right, Chris.
My first out is going to be Heath.
Okay.
That makes sense, though. That makes sense. Oh, not because he's bad. It's just that, he's been running bad luck lately. So, yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing, but I don't want to be a dick.
So you have Heath to win. So who do you have to lose? No, I'm just kidding.
No, he's losing.
I know.
I think Heath is going to try too hard and get caught. So
remember, Chris is the only one that he can easily pick the outs first. He has a hard time picking the winner. So he's reversed.
The winner. Oh man, Marty's not going to be there. So I think the winner is going to be. I want to say Noe. I want to say
wow, 2 picks.
I can't get my heart to turn away from Noe.
And he's the winner of the cheerleading tournament too.
He was, but he last Thursday he played so good, and then Saturday came, he won. I just think he's riding a good high.
All right, here we go. So I think that Dan is going to win again. I think he, like Andy said, he's got a horseshoe up his ass, but. So Dan is going to be my pick for the week. He's been riding hot, and I think he's kind of figured this all out. He's been doing really, really good here lately, so I'm going to pick Dan for the win. For my loss, damn it, let me look and see who's in and out real quick. I'm going back to my old ways. So we got a sub coming in.
No way.
Jesse, okay.
We got Jesse who's coming in and not playing for anything. He's subbing. It's going to be the last week, although he does normally do good for subs. He did great for Andy in the first week.
For me.
And he got Heath 15 points.
He did. So the 2 times that he subbed now, he's coming in for Marty.
And he took third on Saturday.
Marty really, 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 really needs a good win.
So we say he took close. He took third place.
So guys, let's not get carried away and pretend like there's a chance for me to make this final table. Everybody tell me the fuck down. I'm perfectly okay. But at a 5-week league, when I get 1 point from Marcia week 1, and then I've gone out twice in the middle of the bunch, there's no way. So it's all good. My pick is, so it's between Lee and Tina. Now, how this goes, here's the problem is they're both going to be fighting ultra aggressively, right? So one of these two is going to knock the other out is what my prediction is. So I'm going to go with, I picked Tina to lose first last week, so I'm picking Tina to win this week. And unfortunately, Lee unfortunately, I got to pick you to go out first.
That makes sense. I was even going to say, for my own pick, if I could pick myself, I would, because
And it has nothing to do with what the way the cars fall or the luck you've been having, whether it's positive or negative. It's just going to be that everybody is out for blood this week, and they've got to take chances because it's the last week. Right. And y'all are right on that cut. Michael will fold every fucking hand from now until Timbuktu, and he'll play 2 hands, and then he'll talk about the 4 hands that he fucking should have played for the next 6 weeks. That's what Michael's good.
He'll ask you, would you play that hand? Would you play that hand?
I told Michael one time, I said, dude, go with your gut and play the damn cards. Stop overthinking it.
Thank you all for joining our AIA podcast. We love you so much.
Oh, wow.
You will join us next week. Thank you all.
Are you going into sexy voice and something?
What is happening?
That was like you were whispering into the mic.
Yeah, it looks like you're fucking right.
See you all again soon, real quick. Love you all.
What?
That was great. I loved it.
If you don't come back, you'd be like me losing to a 7-2 bluff.